Hello, all you wonderful people out there. I am Ben the Bold, you are you, and this is our Albion campaign. It's actually our Icenie Rises campaign. Of course, we started out as the small Icenie tribe. We took over all of the British Isles, and we became Albion, and ever since then, we have tried to exert more of our influence on mainland Europe, especially in Gaul and Germania. So, in today's episode, I think we're going to try to do some expansion. We have been building up our army, we have been holding on to that manpower. Let us go ahead and see about potential avenues of expansions. First of all, I believe I'm actively fabricating a claim on the Lexovians. Where are the Lexovians? Here you are. Now, they are they are a tribute of the Vanellans. Now, the Vanellans are allied in this pretty huge defensive league. A defensive league that I'm pretty confident it would be quite frightful. Plus, some of these countries have very large treasuries, and if you have been kind of keeping up with my other Imperator Rome kind of playthrough, the Very Tall Sicily, where I'm trying my best to stay on the island of Sicily, only expand through the use of tributaries and feudatories. I got into a war with a country that had about 2,000 gold in the bank, and they went from having about 10 cohorts to having 77 cohorts. Kind of overwhelming. I'm not saying I lost that war. I fought it to a stalemate, and I was actually able to take a few smaller nations as feudatories. But it showed me how important it is to realize that some of these nations may murk up very quickly. So that's a little misleading, that kind of small cohort number, because they just have so much money. Not necessarily that nation, or indeed that one, but look at them. The Redonians, they have 1,000 gold in the bank. So, either way, I am going to work to expand. This has been a pain in my side for quite some time as well. And I can go ahead and attack them if I want. Let's look. They have several allies. They are also in a defensive league. I think I'm going to go ahead and position my troops in a way that will invade the Catalonian land first. So let's go ahead and move some armies around. For this, I actually think I'm going to move one of these armies from the mainland over as well. Let's go ahead and give you a general. You have terrible loyalty, so I'm not going to put you in charge. You are actually losing loyalty every month, but I have a feeling that's because of the Scorn family. So I'm actually going to go ahead and put you in charge. Now let's take a look. Yes, now you're gaining some loyalty. That's perfect. Let's go ahead and move you into position. I am also going to go ahead and move this army over. We recently fought a war where we realized that, hey, I might need to focus, or it might take a lot of attrition to siege down some of these very low supply areas, but that attrition maybe isn't the worst thing, because not having the right kind of quality troops, not having that heavy infantry or the heavy cavalry, really was pretty punishing, even though I was fighting troops with a severe tech disadvantage. Of course, they also outnumbered me by quite a large margin. Let's go ahead and put you in charge of our large navy. I'm not super worried about anything that any of their navies can produce. I'm feeling pretty good about our control of the English Channel. Either way, let's go ahead and bring our armies in. Let's move you down here. You seem like you will be a decent enough sieging army, so I will have you ready to cross. Where do we think? There is your... Alright, so I will have you ready to go directly across the border and invade their fort. No, this is not my land, is it? This is actually owned by the Sicilians. Okay, so you'll have to kind of go around. Oh no, there has been a murder! We have been informed that Bricta Sonorum was found brutally murdered in her home last night. The investigators have reported that a mace was used in the crime, a device known to be favored by this man. However, do we have enough evidence to convict? So he's the brother of the general of the 4th Warband and a brother of the governor of Germania and the uncle of... Okay, so he's well connected, but not necessarily super well connected in himself. He is very loyal though, and I'm going to go ahead and just kind of let him off. He seems to be a somewhat decent guy. Let's actually move this army of 10,000 over here. It's going to make a beeline straight for their fort. Our other armies are actually going to be probably just kind of working to keep that army safe as it sieges down some of their territory. This army is going to come here. This army, it needs a general first. Let's see, you are relatively high loyalty. You're a Scorn family. I think that's going to be why. Are you still losing loyalty? No, now you're gaining loyalty. Ooh, you're young, only 16 as well. That's going to be beneficial. You can hopefully be a general for a really long time. Let's think about you. Let's move you to here. You can be a nice supporting force. I know I have a bunch of cavalry over here somewhere. You are also very light. I know that when we fight this war, we're going to be fighting quite a few countries. Let's actually take a look at the countries that we will be attacking. Oh, look at you. I will have to prepare an invasion force for you as well. Royal Tutor. Sure, you're not great, but I'll take it. So let's go ahead and march you down to here. We'll march you to there. You can stay here. These two armies will hopefully cross the border and cause this nation some grief. Do I have any more armies in Gaul? Yes, I do. I have you way over here. Let's go ahead and bring you to where you can be a little bit more helpful. I'll just bring you to Briga for now, and that should be good. We still are making just a ton of money every month. I'm not super worried about, well, anything on the water. I might actually go ahead and just take my fleet maintenance down. No, I want to control the channel really well. I'm going to leave just 2 armies here. I'm going to go ahead and switch you to independent operations to defend borders. You will stay in the Albion homeland in the British Isles and just kind of defend. I don't anticipate anyone being able to land troops there, but it is there just in case. And let's actually go ahead and get this war started. Now, we are going to be fighting several armies. In fact, I might even go ahead and think about hiring some mercenaries. Let's do it. It's gonna cost me some military experience, but I mean, that light infantry. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna try to do this without the military experience for now. If I need some mercenaries, I will, of course, probably grab them. We'll see how the war is going at the time, though. We do out-tech them by quite a bit. Our tech level is 5, theirs is 2. We should have a bunch more inventions than they do. We hopefully are good to go. Let's go ahead and declare this war and just see what happens. Let's see what happens. We're going to take Bellavisia. Confirm. So let's just look at the diplomatic map mode, and would you look at that? This big power block is ready to defend against us. They will have a ton of troops, but we should be able to hold them off. I'm going to go ahead and move these 2 forces over here. They're going to act in a pair so that they can combat invading armies. You are immediately going to come here. You are at war with me as well, which means I'm going to go ahead and just try to smash all of your men. I will move those men in as reinforcements. You will cross the border here. You are going straight there. And you are going to cross here. Let us see how we do. Alright, a discreditable dalliance, or dalliance, yeah. A young woman named Todia, of little note until now, has arrived at the palace in Venta, bearing a baby who she claims is the son of the Emperor himself. After some cross-examination, it is clear that she speaks the truth, and the child resulted from an inadvisable lark at a banquet. Oh, look at you. Getting a little frisky with this lady, Totia. This information is known by only a few of the most trusted guards and advisors of the Emperor, and there is no doubt it would damage the throne's legitimacy and upset the consort and any potential successors. I think I'm just going to make them go away. I'll gain some tyranny, but it should be okay. We are crossing over the borders. We are going to fight. Those 9,000 men shouldn't be able to stop us. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and move those 10,000 men in as well. Let's just be kind of careful. They are going to try to siege over that fort. Doesn't look like they can do much. They are going to come and just try to pillage a lot of my colonial land. I'm kind of okay with that. I'm okay if they want to spend some time kind of wasting their time over in these regions. It's, if you kind of look at where my culture map mode is, you can see, well, I've actually pushed a lot of Icenie people that direction as well, which is, of course, good. But most of my better developed, better civilized provinces are over here. We have won our first formal battle, took down 2,000 of their troops, with only losing a little over 300 of ours. Let's go ahead and just keep on keeping on. You will take that land. This should be taking lots of slaves. Let's have... Can I not... Oh, it's because of that. You can't go anywhere. So I guess you will just go back home. Looks like we're going to win that battle. Let's just keep moving on. You go here. You go here. I could go to the south, try to take on some of those armies, but actually I'm going to try to... Because you don't even have a capital fort, do you? Yeah, so I'm going to just try to take them out real quick. Our armies did reinforce. Okay. So they killed a huge number of our men comparatively. Maybe it was because of the river crossing. Yeah, we did have the river crossing. Oh, and we were just out marshaled. Still, though, that's alarming. What is their tech level? We should, you'd think, be able to handle that. Yeah, their tech level is 0. You'd think we should be able to handle that. I mean, they had some heavy infantry, but still. That is an embarrassment to the Icenie way of life. The Icenie, like... warfare-minded way of life. And in fact, they think we're going to lose this fight. Can I move you in? Yes, I can. Now it thinks we're going to win. They are now movement locked. Perfect. We've gained a claim on that province that we were searching for earlier. I'm going to go ahead and move you a little bit closer. Yep, just in case this battle doesn't go well. Their good generals might be a real problem for us. Let's move these 19,000 men in. That's going to help. We unfortunately are at a tactics disadvantage. They now outnumber us. Let's go ahead and move in more of our infantry. This army should perform well once it arrives. We'll see. I do not want to lose this battle. Are you going to get there fast enough? I don't think they are. I want to be able to hold. Come on, hold. Hold, you almost have reinforcements. They are not going to make it, are they? They did not make it. We lost 12,000 men. They lost 11,000 men. It's not a terrible in terms of losses victory, but still. You would want our men to perform a little bit better than they are. A little bit better than they are. I really don't want to get stuck in another just kind of sludge match against the AI. Looks like we actually lost a battle here. Let's go ahead and just clean that up. That's on me. That's on me. We are going to start getting that ticking war score. And unfortunately, we might actually think about just kind of quickly piecing them out as fast as we can. For instance, we might have to unfortunately start thinking about Lightning Wars. Because, one, I'm not going to be... Well, actually, my aggressive expansion is pretty low. What I was going to say is that if you look here, that's a lot of red. I could try to push through, take it all. And indeed, I probably do have the manpower. I mean, I know I have better manpower reserves than they do, but look at that number. They can just hire at will troops. Plus, they probably at this point have a bunch of mercenaries as well. In fact, I can see that they are hiring mercenaries from around northern Gaul, or even from the Albion land, which does pose several problems. In fact, maybe I should start hiring mercenaries just to keep other people from hiring mercenaries. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to hire you. I'm going to hire you. And I'm going to hire you. I still should be in the green. Yes, I am. They're just going to sit there and wait for a little while until they have a little bit higher morale. Let's go ahead and just pull you back. Now, of course, we lost a lot of military experience there, but it's okay. I would rather lose some military experience now than have to deal with that later. We are victorious in a battle. Perfect. That is huge for us. And we are victorious again. Let's go there. Perfect. Let's go ahead and have you all, unfortunately though, just kind of get out of Dodge, head south, try to take on that army to the south. They were unable to kind of sweep through as we had hoped. Either way, hopefully they still took plenty of slaves. We really want to go ahead and just get these people out of the war. And we really want to go ahead and take those two provinces, or those two capital forts. I'm going to go ahead and move these mercenaries just a little bit closer to the front. I still don't want them directly engaging quite yet, but they're not doing me a ton of good where they are. Where are you retreating to? You're retreating to there. I'm going to have you come in here. And you come in here. Regain some of your morale. I need these forts to fall. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and just assault this fort. I should have probably done that earlier. That will cause them to lose their garrison, and I believe we will be able to take it. Looks like we have stack wiped an army. Where did we stack wipe an army? We only lost 53 of them. They lost 2,000 of their troops. That's perfect. And we captured some of them. Looks like we stacked wiped another army down here in the south. Let's go ahead and just take some of that, our land back. We'll have you go there, take some land back. I don't really want to play whack-a-mole with them sieging down land, but ooh, I would definitely want to relieve that siege. Let's see, there's 15,000 of them. Let's, they have a 9 marshal general in charge. That's a little difficult to deal with. Let's go ahead and move some of these troops this way. And indeed, let's actually go ahead and move these 19,000 mercenaries kind of across the map as well. This group of light infantry can come this way. This group of light infantry can also kind of keep coming over here. We want them to be able to reinforce. Oh, looks like I could demand her resignation. She would lose 10 loyalty. Yeah, I'll lose 10 loyalty with a governor who's got really high loyalty anyway. Taking unnecessary attrition here. Let's go ahead and just move this army out. I don't think these mercenaries are going to get to relieve this siege quite in time, but maybe some of our men will. It would be nice if we had full morale, but I actually think I'm going to go ahead and just move them in. No, I'm going to wait for a minute. Let's let them keep ticking their morale up. Let's let them keep ticking their morale up. And it looks like they do not want to actually fight us there. That's perfect. That's exactly what we want. Let's have you come up here. Just the mere threat of force seems to be enough to back it away. I don't know what I was thinking here. Let's make sure we move our troops in. Move our troops in. Come on, hold out. Hold out. Hold out just a little bit longer. Don't falter. Hold out. Hold out. Alright, I think we're going to win that. No problem. Even though they do still greatly outnumber us, and we are losing a lot more men. We have a death in the family. Move you down to here. It would really be nice if we could go ahead and... Oh, perfect. We did win that war. That's going to give us... Well, he's going to become very popular. It's going to help our war score out. As soon as this falls, we should be able to kind of take what we want at will from... what was their name again? The Catulanians? The Catalanians? I'm just going to call them that. These 19,000 can come here, since I'm not worried about you losing attrition. You can come here. You might as well come in here. Let's full annex or try to peace out these pink people, these purple people. We need a new master of the guard. Ooh, that's going to help us a lot. Let's go ahead and put you in charge. You're losing a lot of loyalty per month, but that 10 marshal is great. That's going to increase the morale of our armies by 10%, which is huge. You still are very disloyal, though. Either way, you're very loyal at the moment. So you should stay loyal for quite some time. Let's go ahead and move these 16,000 men in to a position where they can help reinforce. Move these 16,000 men and have them go ahead and just start taking some land. If nothing else, we're moving some slaves to Venta, which is always a good thing. Let's go ahead and have you come try to retake some provinces. Let's have you just come and try to take their kind of capital region. Well, they only have 4 pops there. Where's a good place to try to take? Alright, then in the meantime, let's just have you retake some of your land, our own land. Looks like we are going to fight a major river crossing if we try to cross the river here, so I'm not going to do that. Let's see, can I actually sue you out for peace? No, not for another 36, or not until the war's been going on for 36 months, so not for another 2 years. That's alright, we'll go ahead and just keep on keeping on, moving down towards the south. Looks like they are continuing to hire mercenaries, but those mercenaries are black flagged. I took the big mercenaries, at least the ones that I could find. So we should outnumber them on the mercenary front. This fort needs to fall. Let us have this fort fall. Are you now at war with someone else? You are. You're at war with the Carnudians. And indeed, it did fall. Let us go ahead and start taking some of the land around it then. I specifically want to take this land. Hopefully, this little one Marshal General doesn't get to it before I do. They looked like they want to invade the, or try to relieve the siege here. I have 11,000 men just waiting at the gates, plus these 16,000 men. Oh, it looks like they are actually going to be scared off by that. After all, we take this land. I will continue to move southward. You all can come here, actually go there. We have won this siege as well. Alright, so now we have to think. We have pushed them down. We've taken some losses. We've taken some casualties. Every single war we fight is going to be hard fought. There's no more just like quick sniping wars where we only attack one person who doesn't have just a ton of mercenaries at their disposal. So every war we're going to fight is hard fought. Is going to be hard fought. I think that in this case, let's just see what we can take. Because I feel like we have made decent progress. So they would not allow that. So, I mean, in the end, maybe something like that is what I would want. Either way, now is probably not the time. I have plenty of manpower to spare. I also gain a lot of manpower per month. And they are now at war with another rival who is looking to capitalize on their weakness. So I think if there's ever a time, I'm going to just keep on pushing in. Now is the time. Let's actually go ahead and look at any inventions. No military inventions to speak of. I could get some tribute income up, and I could try to start taking some tributes. But you know what? I'm not having a problem with my economy anyway, even with all the mercenaries that I am paying for. So I'm not super worried about taking tributes. Instead, I want to take land. You are black flagged, which means I'm going to go ahead and cross this major river. You are going to go inland. Try to take some territory. You are going to keep trying to take territory. You are going to keep trying to take territory. These 16,000 men are... I'm going to want to use them as my battering ram. Alright, so we have 10,000 men in this province. They are going to move. I think they are going to really try to fight it out in this province as well. We should have the defensive advantage. I'm moving more men as we speak. I'll go ahead and once they are movement locked, I'll move in these 6,000 men. The real kicker is I have 16,000 mercenaries coming in to just kind of help out. Plus they have an excellent commander. Let's go ahead and move everyone in. Let's move everyone in, including maybe you. This is going to be a hard-fought battle. We're going to take a lot of casualties. They are hopefully going to take even more. The mercenaries are coming in. Let's actually go ahead. We want to find something that's good against bottleneck. You should take over. I don't want the bottleneck. I want... Let's do skirmishing. It's good against bottleneck. We're going to win somewhere up here. That's fine. Come on, get there. We're losing a ton of men, but he just got there. Now we have the tactics advantage. That's huge. We are defeated. Where are we defeated? Okay, that's okay. There was just 10,000 archers. It's fine. These men still seem to be looking good. You can now come here. You are going to take this province. Let's see if it grabs any slaves. It sure does. We're going to have to kind of look at where we have our slaves. I actually don't think I need you to come across the river anymore. You are already movement locked. Moving in, the mercenaries seems to have done the job. We are easily going to win this fight. They're going to take a massive amount of casualties, although we took a massive amount of casualties as well. And of course, we're just going to mop up, kill the last bit of resistance kind of trickling into the battlefield. We're going to take this. Let's go ahead and move you back towards you. And move you this way. I unfortunately cannot get to this army of 9,000, at least not until that siege is done, but I can come here. Are you still at war with them? Yes, you are. You're probably loving this chance to jump at your rivals. It's okay, I'm happy to oblige. I'm happy to help. I think you all would be better served coming and crossing this major river down here instead of retaking my own land. I would love for this fort to fall. We're victorious. We are always victorious because we are the mighty Albions. Except, I mean, that army's retreating, but, you know. I don't like having all of these people just sitting on top of each other, so let's have you go here. Let's have you go here. These 17,000 are going to take this last little settlement. Should take some slaves from it. Oh, and indeed, that fell. Let's go ahead and move these two armies in there. Finish up the last little bit of the Senonians. Now, we have absolutely taken just massive casualties in this fight. But this fight has been extremely I mean, we have performed admirably. We have just kind of destroyed their ability to fight back at this point. Although taken some very heavy casualties in the process. Either way, I do think, one, it was a smart decision to go ahead and hire the mercenaries. Just, if nothing else, to keep them from being hired by our adversaries. But also, it allowed us to kind of use them as wrecking balls. Let's go ahead and move our soldiers here. You gonna fight a battle here? I hope so, because they don't have hardly any morale, and we're full morale. Perfect. We're gonna lose a lot more men than they do, it looks like, but we did actually end up beating them, although at, I mean, what the cost? That was a Pyrrhic victory, if I ever saw one. Move you up here, move you here. You're gonna take a bunch of attrition, but that's okay. Alright, let's go ahead and think about the peace deal we want to make, because I think that this war is about done. So let's sue for peace. They would accept this. Can we take a little bit more, though? I would love to take that little country entirely. Yeah, I think that there's no reason why I shouldn't be able to do that eventually. And I have the manpower to do it, so... Unfortunately for them, that's just what we're going to have to do. Victorious again. Move you down here. You can go there too. It looks like we're going to have another major battle, this time with us, the aggressors, though. Let's go ahead and have this army come down here and siege down their capital. Okay, so the province of Frisia could lose 33 loyalty. Currently it's very loyal. Or it could lose 66 loyalty. Okay, well... Oh, interesting. Alright, I think I'm going to have to go with losing 33 loyalty. Let's look at Frisia. We need to figure out what's going to happen here. Here's the province of Frisia. It loses 33 loyalty, and it's gaining 0.21 loyalty per month. You are very loyal, but your loyalty is actually changing by 0.04 per month down, although you are almost dead, so I'm unworried about that loyalty decay. Alright, so it actually thinks we're going to lose this fight. Oh, that's alarming. Alright. Instead of losing another fight, let's see what we could get. If I gave some of this land back. Alright, I think this is what I'm going to go for. I take a lot of land here in the west. I take just a little bit of land in the east. But that should be good enough. And we have continued to expand quite a bit. Let's go ahead and get rid of some of that aggressive expansion. I honestly wouldn't have wanted to take much more than that anyway, because I went all the way from 1 aggressive expansion to 17. So that was quite a bit. Either way, our name is getting bigger on the continent. We are creeping ever so slowly towards Rome, who might be one of our major adversaries in this campaign. We also should look to, again, continue our expansion into Germania, as well as maybe finish up this little bit of colonization so that we can eventually move to colonizing these huge steppes. Either way, we will have to save that for next time, as I am going to have to call it quits for the day. I hope you've had a great day. I've really enjoyed bringing you this episode. I hope you enjoyed it as well. If you did, go ahead and hit that like button. Otherwise, I will see you tomorrow.